Stop of the moment to you anywhere where they watch us from. 8:30 go Property Matta and I would take do. Show we be say we web and we create time to make sure say we look into everything we get to do with property issues. And our expert that is Mawe Sabi Ogbonge on top Property Matter and no other person but Engineer Debo Adejana. Good morning, sir.
Chief, good morning.
Well done, sir.
How are you?
I'm fine.
You're on the cool side today. Is it the weather?
The weather. Well done, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, from what we've been discussed, we intend to make today a question and answer day, make we open phone lines, make people ask anything we get to do with property. Possibly maybe they did inside one transaction where we say some things can't they do their mind yaga. Make they ask. I would like to go first while we wait for calls.
Okay.
My very first question, the issue of property matter laws. A police friend of mine, because we've been sought one of reason. You know, saying as Eda, I didn't
tell you.
I see the Aswani police station last week to go and help somebody. Yes, even the DCO know me. Because when issue happen,
regular customer.
And when issue happen, I don't want to for area. What do you say? I want one year meet in Bembe. And me as army, I want any. Army na people wait there. I want to meet you.
Okay.
Army. I want to one meal with it.
They call army. Okay.
By the grace of God, sir, when they bring the matter, so we have to use elderly this thing to go and shook. So my first question now, sir, be say to even start with, because in the course of discussion with the DCU and trying to settle matters, some things will come up. First and foremost, sir, is there property law codified? Like we have the ground norm, that's the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria that regulates citizen activity. We have penal code that has to do with criminal. Do we have property law documented? That's one. Under the same question, do we have property lawyers? Just like, we have lawyers for civil cases, lawyers for... Do we have property lawyers? And if we do, can you help us possibly bring one to the show so that, because some things they will be saying me I won't ask. Now be my second question, but first to start with, do we have property laws codified, written down?
Okay. Funny enough, now me they ask the question. I don't be lawyer.
That's what I say.
But I be real estate practitioner. So in a nutshell, of course we have property law. Of course, we have property law. And codified? We also have, we have property law. And we also have lawyers who specialize in property.
Good.
You understand?
No be criminal lawyer
now, for you to even know how strong our own property law is, the base of any real estate transaction is land. The law governing land, the regulation governing land activity in this country is even embedded in our constitution.
That 1976.
1978 Land Use Act is embedded in our constitution. And it is from there that offshoot of all that property laws will come from. That is to tell you how strong our property law is even. Do you understand? So we have property law, and then we have lawyers. Just like you said, law is a very broad field.
It's ambiguous.
It's very broad. It is when people start practicing after their initial law school and all of that they start specializing in their areas of interest and start to develop themselves by way of further study and practice.
Like say somebody feeling medicine, I say I saw John for bone.
You go become consultant and all. That's the same thing with law. They start to specialize by way of practice, further training, exposure in one area of law or the other. So we have lawyers who have over time practiced property law, So they yes, and
you
even know, you people know one now. But I told me this is a property lawyer. I hope you know that.
I don't know, but I know he's a lawyer.
He's a property lawyer. He practices property law. So we can have him on set if you don't mind. One of these other days.
Another question where I want to ask, because this one are very practical issue wey e happen wey we dey on top, which I know you in your vast experience you might have encountered something like this. So I wan know wetin the property ground norm or constitution talk about
this ground norm. E be like say you just hear am. Because in this space of these 5 minutes, you don use am like twice.
Because na him be the original word
wey dey army today.
Wey dey take train us.
Wey dey me today.
See,
go ahead.
When I do a little of law because we do law too.
Yeah.
So the original law wey when people dey call am constitution, we just dey laugh at you people.
See that
you are quack. They quack. You understand? But those of us that are custodian of the law.
Custodian of the law,
yes, because I cite case with red barrel. Yes. So we call it ground norm.
Okay.
Now, wetin I dey try talk be say, please, our phone lines are open. Let us feel free. Call in anything wey dey do your mind yaga as far as property rent dey concerned. Because my own second question now on rent. Person he pay house rent. House rent is supposed to expire due for maybe in the next 7 months. Landlord, he can't come. He can't talk, say, he won't use in house and he won't refund. Number one, wey me I won't ask, what even be the position of tenement issue and landlord on top refund? Refund in the sense that he believes once he has given you back your money, you can move anytime. Now, one be that. Number two, when nobody say the person said you don't make arrangement to move before. Number two, when you can't talk say you want refund, you can't say he will say because he won't follow law, he will give you 6 months notice as maybe yearly tenant or be monthly. I don't know the grammar. Say it's I give him the 6 months where the person is supposed to use. The 6 months now, you can't say it will start counting from when in do refund this month. Your rent, never, count out from when your rent is due. Start counting the 6 months now when you refund, saying that as he give you letter or as a lawyer give you letter, from that time to when your rent go finish, now the 6 months, where you supposed to take that? Is that tricky? Is it permissible under the?
Yeah. It's a bit tricky. I would say that if the tenant should accept that, the tenant in a way has allowed the landlord. You know why? Because if you've paid that rent up until that time, yes, at best it should give you notice to the termination of your rent.
I don't understand that English.
So you say the tenant has 7 months to go.
Yes.
Abi?
Then.
But the landlord wants to refund the tenant.
Yes.
And give the tenant 6 months notice.
Starting from when he refund.
I understand you. You see, he needed not refund the tenants at all in any case. He could have just said, I'm giving you 7 months notice. Do you understand? I'm giving you notice that I will need you to vacate this as quit notice on the expiration of your rent, which will be 7 months.
Yes.
He doesn't need to refund the tenant.
In refund, what he want to do now because of he feels he's already violating the law. The guilt.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
You know that's
what I'm saying. So he's trying
supposed to start from when your rent finish. The counting of 6 months.
No. There's nothing like that. No, there's nothing like that. He's supposed to give him, if it's a yearly rent, a yearly tenant, he's supposed to give him 6 months notice. That's what he's supposed to give him. It's not about when his rent expires. So if he has his rent, he has paid rent, okay, that will lapse in 7 months' time, then fine. If, for example, his rent was going to lapse in, let's say, 2-3 months' time, he will still have to give him 6 months notice.
Whenever, not compulsory yearly, maybe when the rent expires,
No. And also, I think this notion is fueled by the belief or perception that once I'm giving notice, I'm not supposed to be paying. And there is nothing like that. Once you are giving notice, you are just giving notice that, look, by this time, leave. You may no longer be a tenant-landlord relationship anymore, but you are using the house, so you should pay for use.
Sorry, sir. Let's take Mama. Mama, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, Mama from Lagos.
Good morning.
Morning. Let's have your question, Mama.
Yes, my question is, in my community,
Okay.
The community is asking that we should pay some money in our street.
Okay.
And they also extended the payment to those who now have tenants in their house. I said it's not legitimate. If you say that every street, every house, every landlord should pay money, it's legitimate. But whatever happens between me, the landlord, and the tenant is not a community problem. So I don't think they have the right to now begin to say that because I have tenants, I have to pay. Every of my tenants in my house have to pay. In other words, if one house is giving out 10,000, then my tenant should be giving out 100,000. Take it from each tenant, which I think is wrong. What is your advice?
What is the payment for? Let's ask that question first.
He said the payment was for security.
It's for security.
Security. And he said we should all pay every street should pay money. In other words, every landlord, every house should pay money of 1,000.
So let me ask you a question. The people that the landlords are not staying in those houses, the landlords are also expected to make their own contribution, even though they are not staying in that place.
Yes, if you have a property.
Yes, once you have a property there, you're expected to pay, and then your tenant that is living inside the place is also expected to pay some amount. Is that what you're saying?
What they say that those who are living there now are to pay that money. The landlord. Okay,
so let's say they build every house a particular amount, and then the landlords are saying it is people that are living there that should pay that money. Abi, is that what you are saying?
It's not even the landlord. It's the community.
The community says it is people that are living there. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, but I think that it's not so much about law. It's about community.
Yes.
And it's only reasonable. Because why am I saying so? Security is a current issue. It's not an issue that it's a now issue. If you are paying for security, you are probably paying every month or every year or something. And as long as you are there, you are part of the people that is supposed to be protected, whether you are a tenant or you are a landlord. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So I believe that is what the community thought of, to say that everybody, because if a landlord, for example, is not staying in that place and he refuses to pay, yes, you may say that his property is challenged, but the people staying there are first and foremost at risk in terms of security. So they are the ones that would enjoy it the most, you know. So I think it only makes sense. Once the money is reasonable and all, that's what is called the community development. CDA issue. And I don't think it's a problem. Except you have a challenge with the amount or the use of the money, the appropriation of the money, all of those can be taken separately as an issue.
What I am saying is this. If every house is expected to pay 1,000, so every tenant in that house has to pay 1,000. Is that what you are saying to the landlord?
I get his question.
Well, I understand you.
Don't cause issue.
I understand you. Maybe the fairness of how it is distributed is another issue. You can take that within your community. You understand? Maybe they want to take it by the square meter you occupy, or maybe or by whatever.
Private house you go pay 1,000.
Or by plots, you know.
Do you get what he's saying, Engineer?
I get you.
Private house you go pay 1,000.
That means a house that has just one tenant will probably pay 1,000.
I'm not the house where you get face my face you.
Like 100 people, they will each pay 1,000. Is that what you're saying? I believe that's what he's saying. But security has, so let's look at it this way. You see, when you look at facility management or property management, it's a very is an expert, yes, is an expert field. Okay, it's a technical thing. But look at it just generally. If one person, who are we securing? A number of things. We are securing property, we are securing
our life.
Abi? Yeah. Now, if one person actually stays in a place and 100 people or 10 people stay in another place, there is a likelihood, one, we are protecting one person versus we are protecting 10. Then the things of those 10,
the responsibility of security is going to be more to you.
Yeah, you understand. So they may not necessarily say that one person should pay 1,000 and the other 10 should pay 1,000 each. But they cannot say that if the one person is paying 10,000, then the other people should just pay
the 100 so that it will be 1,000.
No, because the effort of securing 10 is not exactly the same as securing 1. It may not be evenly distributed, but it's not exactly the same.
We cannot collect 1,000 from a house that has a population of 100.
Yes.
And still expect to collect 1,000 from a house of a nuclear family of maybe 7 persons.
Yes.
Yes, that's very technical.
Yes.
That's very
so they may discuss the modalities within their CDA.
Okay, the last question I would like to ask before we go on this break, sir, is the issue of this one where then they bring, where government they bring yearly that
land use charge.
Land use charge
for Lagos.
Okay, for Lagos.
Because for some other places it's still tenement rate. Yes.
One, what is the difference between that land use charge and tenement rate? One. Then number 2, say now every year. And if not every year, number 3 question, is it supposed to be something drawn from the pocket of the tenant? Because whenever this thing come, some landlord they bring the paper and they will say that for that, maybe they will increase rent and everything. Does it come every year, sir? You could first get that in like
it's yearly, yes. Make that one go. Now yearly.
Yearly. Then, so when that thing come, is it supposed to be the responsibility of we tenants to cough out that money?
Okay, now let me break it down. You see, land use charge combine 2 things. Okay. There used to be ground rents and tenement charge. Ordinarily, when it was just ground rent and tenement charge, it is expected that it is the landlord that takes care of ground rents because he's the one that is renting the ground, as it were, from whoever gave him consent tied to government. Okay? And tenement is supposed to be tenement, people that are tenanting the place. So they are supposed to be responsible.
Not clear.
Now, how it is administered is a different ballgame.
But the one we are using in Lagos is land use, not tenement.
Wait. I'm saying that land use is a combination now of what used to be ground rent and tenement together.
Now encapsulated in one.
Yes, is what came to land use. So the way it is administered is different. But the fundamental is that whoever is using the house eventually is responsible for the fees paid. Whether they've put it as part of his rent, and he pays the rent, and then the landlord takes it from there and pays whatever. Or when it comes, they say this has come. Oh yeah, let's VAT. Share it and pay.
That will be value-added tax.
So it depends. But so this argument of who pays it, really, for me, I don't think it should be an argument. You understand?
So
because for a clever landlord, once you refuse to pay that year, he knows what to do the next year. He will just increase his rent to accommodate those fees. So you will pay, you will still pay.
Thank you very much. It's been a very rich one, and thank you, Momo, too, for your call. Most definitely, we know say Madam Adeola was and they around to market our property too. So we're going to where most definitely the show will continue. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. It's my pleasure.
Yes, you're welcome back to the show. A few minutes ago, I've been talking, we get Madam Adeola was and we go to talk about our own property. Madam, good morning, ma.
Good morning, sir.
How you doing?
I'm fine.
Looking good.
Thank you.
Like this land business, the thing they move. Boom.
Well, we thank God. I do pray for long. Good morning, everybody.
Where are they take us go today?
We are going to our father, Mowe of father.
Mowe of father rice. And the sweet, anything of father they go.
Without their stew, eh?
And they tell anything of father na Debo. So.
Okay, my name is Adeola O. Hassan, your one and only realtor, sophisticated realtor, your best property plug. In the whole wide world.
Wow.
So for our mainland lovers, we are working, we are not resting. We are ceaselessly working to make things work out for you, our investors, our people, both home and diaspora. So today we are talking about the colony of father gone. It is not in your father. It is not of father. Very close to Mowe. And that place is already developed.
Wow.
Very, very developed. So for people that have been asking us, oh, don't you have a Mowe? Don't you have a father? Don't you have this place, that place?
Now our father is here.
Now our father is here, or the colony.
Wow, that's the title of the movie.
Of the movie.
Yeah, the colony.
This place is a very nice place for investment.
Wow.
Yorubas will say that Okporo Kagbo.
Afẹ́fẹ́ ní gbé lọ.
Exactly. Emma Bino, those I don't understand Yoruba. But I could not have interpreted it better in English.
Ọ̀pọ̀rọ̀ kágbọ̀n mi say make we no too talk.
Yes, plenty talk, no the whole water.
Action.
So this place is really nice. As you can see, this is exactly what you are seeing.
Wow.
It is not a case
Dry
of
land.
not a case of what I ordered versus what I received though. What you ordered is what you are going to receive. Not online. Thank you, sir. Dry land. The topography is a dry land. And guess what? You can do a 300 square meters or do a 500 square meters.
I tell you say this thing. No, they understand. Talk language where you go understand. Say half plot need 300 need a full plot. Now,
yes, you can do half plot. And you can do almost a full plot. We don't have a 600. It's 500 that we have.
No get 100 by 120.
You know what? You can also pay at 6 months at no extra cost. Yes, that's the price. It's an introductory price. For 0% interest for 6 month payments. So if you're paying for 6 months, if you do an initial deposit of 300,000 naira, then you can balance up within 6 months. And you can start building immediately.
How much total package for half plot?
If you're buying half plots
and you're paying within that 6 months, where zero.
Yes, actually, if you buy half plots, you can pay for the land within 6 months. Then there's an extra grace. Yes, that's what we do for you people. For my people, don't let me say you people, there's an extra grace for like 3 or 4 months to do your documentation and developmental fee.
But
let's just secure the land first. When you secure the land with that price, because trust me, very soon that price is going to go up. 2.2 for the land.
But I see 4 million now.
That's for 500 square meters.
Why they this thing is affordable, girl. 2.2.
And
you sure say if I pay that 2.2, the land it don't become my own.
There is no local boy in it. It is yours. You get your documentation instantly. And when you are done, you can start building.
Okay, how much you go do my documentation? See if
documentation, developmental fee, deed of assignment. Everything for half plot is 1.5.
Okay. So
then for full plot is 2 million.
So that
total package for the 500 square meters is
3.7.
Yes.
I get that.
With that, you've secured a wonderful place for yourself in the absence of Mowe or father.
How issue of road network, how issue of electricity, how issue of community development? Is there any mega thing? Because when you can't talk about this thing for us, you dey use surprise for Bugije, say because that one we know say civilization don't dey there. This of father now, Kinim Bembe, what he did there, we go let people know say.
Thank you. For the neighboring community, we call it attributes.
Ben.
You have the next there are a lot of industries around that place.
Encumbrances in there.
There's no encumbrance on the land. That's like
your English.
We have a lot of industries. We have the nursery in that around that place. Okay. We have a good school. I can't remember the name of that school.
No do
in that place. We have a lot of shopping malls too around that place.
Wow.
It is Mowe. My father has a house in Mowe. So I know Mowe like I know the back of my palm. So Mowe is a very developed place. As regards the road network, it is already tarred. Wow. Everywhere is fine. Everything is nice. Just come for inspection.
From that Mowe to Ofada, the drive will reach 30 minutes.
No, within 10-15 minutes. It's not far, and the routes are channeling. It's not a one-way place.
Okay.
A lot of exit and entry. Okay. So close proximity to the major road.
Okay, feel free to reach out on our social media and most definitely next week we'll go there together again. From myself and Madam Adeola, will say bye-bye.
Bye.